European champions once.
England's last win was against Switzerland last November. Since then, 2 draws and 3 defeats. But everybody hoping that now with the 2 World Cup qualifiers to come in the next 8 days, the tide will turn for Ron Greenwood's team. The Swiss still have an outside chance of qualifying for the World Cup themselves, but really spoiled their opportunity when they lost at home to Norway earlier in this qualifying group. But they're playing from right to left in the first half, and the kick-off having to be retaken. England so eager, we had players inside the centre circle before the ball was kicked. Finally we do get going, and here's Botteron for Switzerland. They'll play a basic 4-4-2 with Elsener number 11 and Sulzer number 9, the men to watch for in attack, and Elsener has started over on the right, being picked up by Kenny Sansom. Here's Botteron. Herman. Stiff tackle by Brian Robson, who's wearing number 10 tonight. Kenny Sansom for England. Francis wearing number 11. Strong tackle from Zappa. There's Mariner being picked up by the 4, Agley. So England launching the first attack, although here's Francis. I was going to say Robson appeared to be slowed down a bit by that early knock. Here's Herman, Mariner, free kick given. This East German referee, you'll notice, is a very quick, urgent official who gets up to the incident very quickly indeed, and is a little bit over fussy at times, but has a good reputation on the continent for all that. Here's Sulzer, looking inside for Barberis. Russell Osman with the challenge, then it was Koppel, now it's Wilkins, and now Keegan. Steve Koppel continuing his run. That's a foul by Herman. This is Herbert Herman. His brother Heinz is suspended from this match for having been sent off in the last World Cup game that Switzerland played against Hungary. And as though it runs in the family, Herbert Herman left Koppel on the ground there. Watson has made his way forward for the ensuing free kick. It's played in short for Kevin Keegan. And Herman away for the Swiss. This is Sulzer. Keegan in hard, and Koppel. Flag up, and the tackle's flying in early on. Not that the importance of the match can be overstressed. Agley. 4 pass, Steve Koppel for England. Here's McMills. Looks for Francis. That's a goal kick. The Swiss goalkeeper is Bergener, who played at Wembley in November and was beaten twice then in the first half. Experienced keeper, 30 years old. Sulzer. This is Scheiviller, the number 7, foul by Keegan. Elsener has now pulled over to the left, which is where he's more likely to be found. And he's pushed his way past Dave Watson. And the referee pulls the play back for a free kick. Was on by Keegan. Here he is again. Trying to find Brian Robson on the left. Number 4, Agley. Barberis. Sansom to Keegan. Mariner could be on a run. Sansom is supporting him. That's Zappa for Switzerland. Popular player here, number 5. Scheibele, and a foul by Ray Wilkins. Botteron eager to get on with things. Here's Sulzer. Elsener. Barberis is coming in with Ray Clement very much in command. Ray Clement's the only Liverpool player in the starting lineup, although Neil and McDermott are on the bench. And indeed, they are two of those 7 survivors I mentioned from the first team Ron Greenwood ever picked. This is Sansom. Botteron. Zappa. Mills. Sansom. There's Russell Osman. Watson. Sulzer intercepting for Switzerland. Elsener. Watson's challenge. Ball still in play. Botteron. Offside surely against Barberis, who started very far forward for number 10. He's been the furthest man up for the Swiss in their first 2 attacks. Barberis, who plays in France for Monaco. Agley. Agley is picking up Mariner. Ludi is marking Francis. Looks as though Scheibele may have the job of shadowing Keegan. Number 7 on number 7, if that continues to be the case. Francis didn't make contact. Zappa. Elsener. Wilkins. Nice 1-2 with Robson. And Robson's in again here. Wilkins. Wide for Sansom. Away by Zappa. Sansom again, but he's lost out there. Rennie Botteron away. Takes on Ray Wilkins and beats him. Sansom's got back now. Sulzer is waiting in the middle. Others are arriving in support. Still Botteron. Scheibele. Botteron. Number 9, Sulzer. Botteron. Scuffed his shot. Not a good finisher, Botteron, despite his midfield skills. That's a fine ball from Robson to Keegan. Now we want support coming from midfield. Mariner's going up front. Robson. Wilkins. Mills. Francis. Francis trying to turn his marker, Ludi. So early on here, sparring between these two sides, but the score, Switzerland 0, England 0, Koppel for England. Mariner gets up, Robson in support. Dave Watson had also come forward. Roger Varley for the Swiss. Covering is Russell Osman. Osman looking for Francis, sandwiched between 2 defenders. This is Ludi. And a late tackle there, which Mr. Prokop saw when the ball had gone. Just a quick word from Bobby Charlton about the way things have started.
Well, very frantic. I think they've been feeding them some very raw meat this morning. It's a bit spicy, but England doing well defensively just at the moment.
Here's a chance for Elsener. Watson goes across, so does Sansom. And the referee there would have given a goal kick. I think he should have done, but the linesman gave a corner. and England would appear to be on the harsh end there of the first controversial decision. That was clearly a linesman's verdict. Mr. Prokop was already looking towards the 6-yard line for a goal kick, and Zappa has gone on the line, and Sulzer is also standing in the 6-yard box. Elsener with the kick. Away by Russell Osman, a good header that. Scheibele. Barberis. Scheibele, referee's played an advantage. Herman. Botteron. Oh, well, that definitely come up on England head, but Clements stopped the ball going over the line. 10 minutes gone then here, and no score in Basel. Mills. The sun high in the sky, so Bergener, the Swiss goalkeeper, wearing a cap in the first half. Long shadows cast on the pitch. Zappa for the Swiss. Sansom with Elsener. Here's Brian Robson. Francis to his left, Mariner over on this side. That's aimed at Mariner. Managed to hold it up well. That's a corner to England. Mariner's in there with the goalkeeper who didn't quite make it, and Keegan, and a shot. Handball, was it? They appealed for handball, the England players. A shot by Francis coming off a Swiss body. The referee was well in there with them and waved it away. Francis. Bit of a holding, it would seem, there. Mills. Barberis. Well, the England players haven't continued the protest. Bergener didn't seem too happy when that corner was swung in by Steve Coppell. He was put under a bit of stress by Mariner. Here's Zappa for the Swiss. Agley. That's a good ball to Herman. Nice 1-2 played there by Sulzer. Here's Barberis. Dave Watson's tackle. Sulzer's outside, Barberis now. It's still Sulzer. Oh dear me, it's barely here from a poor clearance by Watson. That's Scheibele. Bailey, who was given the chance of a shot there by Watson's clearance. Wilkins. Brian Robson coming from midfield to support Mariner. Ludi finding Herman. Herman's coming forward quite nicely on the left of the Swiss. He beat Coppell there. And then Watson brought him down. Right in front of the referee. A free kick to Switzerland. Herman, the player, coming from left back. And as you can see, having beaten Steve Coppell, he then tried to take on Dave Watson, and that was the result. Agley, the tall stopper, has made his way up on the far side of the area for the Swiss. That's Botteron, high and wide, Bobby Charlton.
Well, René Botterman then tried a free kick. I noticed before the game started he was practicing, but a little bit ambitious then. I was a wee bit worried after the Ipswich performance, especially Russ Osmond when they played the final of the UEFA Cup last week, about his heading ability, but things seem to have settled down in the couple of days rest that they've had, haven't done him any harm, and England look quite secure at the back, which pleases me a lot. We've got to still, though, pick up midfield and make sure that nobody comes from the back and causes any trouble.
It's Mariner going in with Agley. Here comes Zappa for the Swiss. 15 minutes gone. Switzerland 0, England 0. Mick Mills for England. Now Kenny Sansom to Ray Wilkins. Osman. Long ball looking for Francis. Ludi is the defender. Here comes Mariner. Back by Scheibele. Mariner's in there again. So is Keegan. So is Wilkins. The outlet is Sansom on the left. And that's aimed at Mariner, who goes down between two defenders. But a goal kick is given. Mariner felt he was impeded. The referee unimpressed. That was Koppel. Now Herman. Agley plays for Grasshoppers. Botteron. Botteron already beginning to make some useful runs from midfield and chipping that ball out beautifully to Verli on the right, offside against Claudio Sulzer, which is why he caught it. Sulzer, one of the more intelligent footballers on the continent. He's done a law degree and has been sought, in fact, by several clubs outside Switzerland, but is still playing for Grasshoppers currently. This is Osman. On nicely by Francis. Robson again coming from midfield. This is Steve Koppel. Mills. Koppel. Nicely done. Keegan's at the back post here. And Verli volleys away as far as Barberis. Botteron with Osman's tackle. Firm and decisive. Here's Ludi. Barberis starting a run in the inside right position, and Ludi evading Robson twice, but Francis in quickly as England seek to win the ball and start their own attack with Wilkins offside against Mariner. Steve Koppel wearing number 8 in this match, because Keegan in the picture there always has the 7 when he's in the England team, which of course this season hasn't been very frequently. Only his second international since the European Championship finished a year ago. Zappa for the Swiss. There's Keegan, but Zappa winning the challenge. You can see the English flags in the background, and certainly the supporters who've made the journey have given the team every encouragement in this opening 20 minutes. Most of them to the left of the picture, behind the goal England are defending. This is Osman. Team benches there. You can just see the back of Ron Greenwood's head down there, and Bill Taylor, the England coach. There's Osman. Not a good header by Zappa. This is Francis. Oh, Francis did well there. We've got Keegan in the area as well now with Mariner. Once again, Francis. Mariner pulling away at the far post, getting a knockback as Koppel comes in. Keegan! Oh! Bergman somehow or other saved it. Just the sort of position that Keegan would thrive on, coming late. The ball played initially to Paul Mariner over on the far side of the area. A good knockback there. Koppel causing a little bit of confusion. Keegan in and, well, didn't strike it very hard, and the goalkeeper got a second chance. 20 minutes gone and England's first true opening match. Osman. There's Keegan again. Looking for a free kick there. Scheivele was the defender who impeded him. Osman this time has gone forward for England. Here's Mills. Here's Koppel. Driven. Oh, and Keegan went in first, missed it, and Ludi volleyed the ball behind his own goal. So a spell here with England on top. And Mariner gets up, and Osman's back in there, and this is going to come loose to Brian Robson, who blazed it over with his right foot. Well, there have been a couple of chances, Bobby Charlton, in this England spell.
Yes, and it's this particular header here, a good one by Paul Mariner. It's put us in. There you see the shot from Robson, wide, but worth the effort. England giving them lots and lots of problems at the back, and they look very, very shaky. I think the more that this goes on, the better we're going to feel about it. But really, I think Paul Mariner causing them more problems than anyone. And if we get a service to him, then we can expect a lot.
Yes, certainly the Mariner headers in both those last two attacks caused the Swiss considerable concern. Setting up two chances, neither of which were taken. But here's a free kick to England. Wilkins takes, in goes Keegan, little flick back. And Mariner coming in, beaten by the keeper. Botter on to Scheivele. Well won by England that. Osman, in fact, well forward in this attack. This is Robson, now Osman. Into Keegan, no. Zappa in the way. Unable to release Botteron for Switzerland. Kenny Sampson's watching that and looking for Mariner. Mariner onside. We've got Robson in the penalty area. Away by Ludi. Botteron. Sansom. Mariner. Nice return to Kenny Sansom. Goal kick. "23 minutes gone in the first half of this World Cup qualifier in Basel. Switzerland 0, England 0, but England have made the two cleanest chances so far. There's Watson. Barely. Well, that's dangerous. Scheivele, the player running, but Russell Osman reading it well. Agley, but the referee seeing that the ball had already gone out. Elsener for Switzerland. And Sansom so quick on the turn, even though the ball was pushed through his legs initially. Barely to Botteron. This is Elsener. Whistle's already gone. There was a late challenge there by Scheivele over on the far side, which the referee spotted. And it's a free kick to the English. Here's Russell Osman. Ludi. Scheivele. Mariner now. Herman. This is Sulzer. Well, Watson checked him there. Sulzer's a very skillful player, especially when the ball's on his left foot, and Dave Watson committing his second blatant foul, which the referee has no doubt noted. And Sulzer relishing, I think, the opportunity to run at Watson. Barberis. Mariner with Zappa. Steve Koppel. Francis. Mills. Wilkins. Been playing 25 minutes in the first half, no score. Watson. Herman. Scheivele up. Keegan is back. Nice ball. Wilkins. Mariner's pulled away to the left. The ball coming off the head of Zappa. And it found Mariner, who then went down under challenge. Mariner is playing with a protective padding on his heel. That looks as if it caught him higher up, actually, but he has had this Achilles problem, poor Mariner, and challenges like that won't really help it. Making his way forward now to await the free kick. Taken by Robson, offside against Osman. So here's Sulzer for Switzerland to Botteron. Well, that's a foul by Mariner. Anxiety spreading through both sides in this first half. So much emphasis has been put on this match and its possible significance. Here's Verley. Botteron. Scheivele, a little push in the back from Osman, and the referee saw the second one and wouldn't stand for it. There's Zappa. Scheivele. Sulzer. Oh, and Scheivele's continued his run, and Scheivele scores for Switzerland. He was given so much space, and he finished it well. And he started the move too. Kenny Sansom wasn't quick enough. Scheivele came through two midfield players there. They mistake some responsibility. Kenny Sansom tried to make up the ground, couldn't do it. Scheivele shot, and it went in the near post as Ray Clements dived the other way. So, 28 minutes gone, and Freddie Scheivele, the St. Gallen midfield player, puts the Swiss into the lead, following a move which he began. That was his pass. He continues his run. England is standing watching, really, and Scheivele with his right foot gets it inside the near post. And England are a goal down. And that's bad news for England in this vital match. But he did find himself an awful lot of room. Number 10, Barberis. Scheivele. And Dave Watson again the offender as England show their frustration. The Swiss fans delighted with the way their team have taken England on, and here's Sulzer. And Sulzer's gone past them all. It's there! England are in disarray, torn apart, as Claudio Sulzer gets the second, and the Swiss scored 2 in 2 minutes. And Sulzer took on the defender there, Russell Osman. Kenny Sansom again came across, and Sulzer got his left foot shot inside the post. A disastrous 2 minutes for England. Claudio Sulzer going alone. Look how many defenders there were, but nobody could stop him. And Clement, well, it didn't seem too far away from him to me, but it went in the corner. Maybe he got a touch. England are back on the attack with Kevin Keegan, and it's a goal kick. And here's a very crestfallen Bobby Charlton.
Well, just when we thought that everything was right at the back, 2 midfield breaks have caught them napping. I thought Kenny Sansom might have been a little bit more inside to pick that last one up, but certainly the 2 goals scored in comical fashion coming from midfield.
The goal scorers, Scheibele and Sulzer for the Swiss. England 2 goals down. Here's Francis. And this stadium in Basel didn't expect to see the Swiss take the game to England quite as dramatically as this. Robson for England, though. And here's a chance perhaps for Keegan as Mariner goes in. And I understand there's a little bit of crowd trouble away to my left. It's England supporters, I'm afraid, are throwing things, and the photographers have gone racing round there with sad memories of Turin. And we'll keep you posted on that. For the moment, it's Wilkins with the shot, and it's high and wide. And indeed, there is some trouble on the terraces. It's happening away to the left, behind the goal that England are defending. There are objects being thrown. I can see that from here. What they are, I couldn't tell you, but the England supporters are attracting the wrong sort of attention again, or a section of them are. Police have gone behind the goal as well. And people are standing up, looking at that incident as we continue with the play. Sansom for England. This is Ray Wilkins. Well, where do England go from here, I wonder? The only answer, I suppose, is forward. Watson. Keegan getting up. Here comes Wilkins. Here's Keegan. Here's Robson. There may be a chance for Mariner, or even for Steve Coppell. I think the little affray on the terraces may be settling down slightly now. Don't want to exaggerate it, but police went scurrying round, and so did most of the photographers. Here's Brian Robson, and the interception was by Roger Verley for the Swiss. And Switzerland here absolutely buoyant. They never thought they'd be 2 goals up. Osman for England. Wilkins. And Scheibele marking Keegan now. Finds Zappa. Well, we thought our attack was the problem. But it's the back 4, and I suppose responsibility too from the midfield that have conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. Kevin Keegan now realising that the task is far more demanding even than one expected here. Francis for England. Well, England, needless to say, needs something here very quickly, while the Swiss may still be mentally congratulating themselves. Robson takes the free kick. There's a crowd of players going for that, but the Swiss survive. That's a foul. That was a tackle from behind by Russell Osman, and out of your picture he's being warned by the referee. The card wasn't shown, but the referee went up to Osman to chastise him for that tackle. This is Kenny Sansom. Oh, and this policeman has now come onto the pitch in the England penalty area to remove a missile, and fans are being forced back away from the steps at the front of the terracing. Meantime, on the field, England still defending, and our reputation here isn't being enhanced in any direction at the moment, either on the field or on the terraces. Botteron for the Swiss. And that's a foul by Brian Robson, and the referee may feel soon he'll have to show a yellow card. And something else, a bottle has now been thrown onto the field, out of your picture, away to the left. It's been retrieved, and the police have got something of a job on containing the minority, who again have got the majority a bad name. Botteron. Watson. Here comes Keegan. Botteron. Roger Varley going well. They've got three up with him. Elsener. Well, it's a good job. Robson intercepted that. Wilkins. Francis. Mick Mills has made a run forward. It's desperation stuff for England for the moment. Francis taking on Ludi. Corner. "36 minutes gone in this World Cup qualifier in Basel. Switzerland 2, England 0. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Wilkins now with the corner for England. Keegan up with Bergener. Watson. Wilkins. Wilkins again. Here's Francis. Sansom. There's a loudspeaker appeal going out to the crowd, asking them to refrain from throwing objects. England have a free kick.
Thank you.
An announcement, as you probably heard, made in excellent English, as Robson takes this free kick. And Mariner goes in, and Ronnie Botteron away from Koppel as far as Sansom. This is Herman. This is Ray Wilkins now. Sansom to his left if he needs him. So is Francis. Oh, dear me. This could be awkward. Botteron. He's got Salter to his left, and Russell Osman cut it out. Mills. Watson across to Sansom. Francis. So England being asked to come here from 2 goals behind. 6 minutes left in the first half. Wilkins on the ball. That looked like a foul on the edge of the area as Francis tried to get in. Indeed it was. So maybe a chance for England to pull one back here. Ray Wilkins to take the free kick. Curled in, Osman is coming in. That's Elsener for the Swiss. 1947, incidentally, the last time England lost to Switzerland. 34 years ago, and they find themselves here in Bâle, 2 goals down to the Swiss. Number 4, Agley. This running from midfield, it's causing England problems. Botteron. That's a goal kick. Bobby Charlton.
Well, the only thing that we can possibly do now is to try and get a wee bit forward. In so doing, it's all going to create a few problems for us at the back, obviously. But Wilkins has got to go forward, Robson has got to go forward. They've got to try and lend a little bit of support to the people up front. We're not desperately down and out at the moment, but obviously 2 goals like that have really been a killer for us. But the only way that we're going to get out of it is by application, hard work, patience, keep trying to do the right thing, and certainly be positive and get ourselves forward. They have been shown to be a bit weak while under pressure. Let's see if they can give them some.
Well, here's Sansom trying to do just that. But the Swiss have got everybody back. He's had to play it to Osman. Hard in for Francis. Keegan is in there. Away by Botteron. Then back by Watson. And now barely for the Swiss. To Barberis, number 10. It's now well over 400 minutes since England scored a goal. 400 minutes of playing time. Here's Sulzer, who got one for the Swiss. And over goes Trevor Francis. Just 3 minutes left in the first half here in Bâle. Switzerland 2, England 0. Wilkins for England. Was Keegan. Mills put up. Herman, in fact, came in rather strongly there on Mills. Those are the seated spectators that you've got a glimpse of there on this side of the ground in this compact stadium. Mills with the kick. Bergener is coming for this. He didn't look too convincing, but here's Wilkins trying to catch him off his line. And England, a sad and sorry sight at this stage of the evening with just 2 minutes left in the first half. The whistling you may hear is because there's still some activity on the terraces, although it appears to be under control. And some fans are being chased away down a tunnel away to my left now. Back with the play, it's Mills. Those 2 goals in 2 minutes, putting a completely unexpected complexion on this World Cup qualifier. Here's Keegan. Osman. Looking for Mariner. And Scheiviller beat his own goalkeeper and then got brought down. Free kick to Switzerland as Scheiviller argued with Bergener because there was a misunderstanding there in the defence which could have been to England's advantage. The Swiss still debating, as you see again what happened. Scheibele here didn't trust the goalkeeper. Look at that. Went the other way and then got tripped. In the last minute of the first half, England trail by 2-0. Francis for England. Mills. Keegan. Koppel. Well, that cross isn't going to worry the Swiss very much. And the referee blows for half-time, and this little stadium in Bâle is alive with excited Swiss supporters, because their team knows Keegan plays where most people think, or rather, some people believe he should play anyway, which is up with the centre forward. And the picture you're watching there may indicate that it'll be now Keegan and Mariner rather than Francis and Mariner, with McDermott making those long runs from the inside right channel to try and bring some variety into the England attack. So, the news of that substitution will now be announced over the loudspeaker. So, England 2 goals down, playing now from the right. This is Watson. That's Agley with Mariner. Zappa. That's Barberis. The Swiss, who had this appalling run of results prior to the new manager taking over, they've just begun to get a side together. And this position was one that they didn't expect to find themselves in. 2 up against England in this World Cup qualifier in Bâle. And Zappa with the free kick, looking for Elsener, but the ball out of play. If England don't repair the damage here, I'm sure there'll be many inquests along the lines of the half-time discussion back in London. But Bobby Charlton reminds me there's still 44 minutes to play, and we are hoping for better things. Barely. Robson annoyed at the referee's decision, but a free kick's been given. And the linesman has seen something which he wants to tell the referee about on this side of the field. And there's a fan has got onto the pitch. I use the word fan. One stupid person has got onto the field, and that's the reason for the delay. He's out of your... Oh, he's just in your picture now. And there are security men coming from all over the pitch to try to intercept that intruder. Well, I'm afraid that is symbolic of what we've seen here tonight. Bobby Charlton and I sat in Turin and watched those awful scenes when England played Belgium last summer, and we didn't want to be reminded quite as pertinently of that again tonight, but we have been. As we try and keep our minds on the football, Switzerland on the attack with Elsener. Bailey, Botteron, Osman. Number 10, Barberis. Socks roll down, looks for Botteron, and Botteron put them in trouble again. Salters on the far post, the ball in was poor, and it really let England off lightly. He absolutely skated past Osman there, Botteron, and there were people available in the centre had the cross been good. This is Bailey for Switzerland. More appeals being broadcast over the loudspeaker in the background. That's Watson. And another message going out in English to the crowd. This is Wilkins. And now Steve Koppel. Wilkins to Mariner. McDermott's well forward in this attack in the penalty area. Koppel trying to go past his man. The linesman says play on. Koppel's cross. Away by Agley. Three minutes gone in the second half here in Basel. Switzerland 2, England 0. McDermott, the substitute, back to Koppel. McDermott. Mills. Looking for Keegan, who's now playing further forward as I expected. Appeals for a free kick, got nothing. And Scheibele again. Well, look at this. The number 7 is running at the England defence with great effect. That's an offside against Mariner. And here's Bobby Charlton.
Yes, well, they've had two great results, the Swiss, and they're playing as though they have. They're very, very confident. They've seen that there's a little weakness at the back when people come from midfield, like Scheibele then. But it is a problem for England. We're going to have to stretch ourselves a wee bit by going forward. And these little problems we'll have to put up with.
And that's one way of putting up with them. Watson in strongly, but not successfully. Saucer, and McDermott gets back to help. McDermott again now. The end of what for him will doubtless be a tiring week after Liverpool's European Cup win. Here's Mariner. McDermott again. Keegan is in the centre, so is Robson. That was Robson. This is Wilkins, beaten by Botteron, who is, I think, the most telling influence in the middle of the field so far. The Swiss captain appears to have got hold of the match. He realises England aren't playing well, and he's using his talent and his authority to make life very hard for our midfield. And yet, when he played for Cologne in the semi-final of the UEFA Cup, he hardly got a look in against Ipswich. Another example of the difference at club level and international level. This is Wilkins. Keegan. Oh, that's a foul. Wilkins with the kick, and away by Zappa, who's having a birthday today in the air. I mean, everything has gone his way. But Elson are not quite so successful when he comes back to defend, and England have hopes here from a corner. Dave Watson actually hasn't gone up for the last two set pieces because he's been on the ground doing up his boot. So Osman has made his way forward. Wilkins to take the kick. And that is Russell Osman challenging the goalkeeper, whose handling most of the time has been safe and confident. Been playing 7 minutes in the second half, and the score still 2-0 to the Swiss, in the match that England just can't afford to lose. Sansom, Barberis. They've got somebody free on the left, and in fact Scheibele from the middle of the field got free again as well. This is Mills. Koppel in the back from Herman. Well, the Swiss did let Hungary off the hook in their last World Cup qualifier, and in the end drew 2-2. And we've got to hope that England can fight their way back in similar fashion. Botteron. Barberis. These two in the middle of the field, split up there by Wilkins. Sansom. Good running by McDermott through the centre, not seen. Keegan was the target instead, and that's Ludi. And the referee penalises Keegan for the challenge. This is Osman. Now McDermott tucking it back to Wilkins, looking for Mariner. That's a good ball. But again, the challenge comes in and England lose possession. That's an announcement about the attendance. This is Robson. Koppel, and a chance here for Terry McDermott. Yes! The substitution pays off with 9 minutes gone in the second half. McDermott is the scorer for England. Good build-up here by Steve Koppel, who won the ball, tucked it out right. The Swiss were a man short on that flank, and McDermott drilled his shot, beautifully placed, and into the corner, and England are back in with a chance at 2-1. You can see from behind the goal how Koppel split the defence, and how McDermott angled that drive to beat Bergner down by his right hand. So, the substitution which Ron Greenwood made at half-time, McDermott for Francis, pays an almost immediate dividend. Foul by Brian Robson on Bailey. Now, what will the Swiss character reveal now, I wonder? Bailey, Botteron. I'm sure you're hearing these announcements back at home. The attendance 40,000. Bailey. Mills. McDermott, the goal scorer. Wilkins. Sansom. Keegan. Ludi's doing a useful job on Keegan. He's the number 3. And Keegan, who played in Germany against the man-marking system, is not finding Ludi an easy opponent. The Swiss have got an injury problem off the ball at the moment, which may cause a delay now, and gives me the chance to bring in Bobby Charlton about the England goal.
Well, that was a great piece of aggression by Steve Koppel. He went through, won the ball, and set up a great chance for Terry McDermott. We have to start fighting in the middle of the field. I'm a wee bit disappointed in Butch Wilkins that he doesn't do the same. He wants to be sending balls sideways, forward. Really, in most cases, I find rather negatively. I don't detract from Trevor Francis' performance that he was replaced at half-time. More that Terry McDermott has given us that little bit of something from the middle of the field that was lacking before. I want the others. I want Butch Wilkins to show me a lot more aggression in going forward, and this game's not out of our grasp yet.
Watson for England. We've now got something to bite on. That's Koppel again. Keegan offside. Just bear in mind that most people's opinion about this tour, these 2 World Cup matches, was that England needed 3 points out of 4 to have a good chance of going to Spain. And I think most of us felt that that would be achieved possibly with a win here and a draw in Hungary. Well, we're 2-1 down, but at least we've got ourselves into a better position than at half-time. And Ron Greenwood would be entitled to make one more substitution, and a reminder that Peter Barnes is on the bench. This is Osman. Keegan, foul by Ludi. "13 minutes gone in the second half, and England now just the 1 goal behind. Watson takes the kick. Flicked on by Keegan to Ray Wilkins. And the tackle was by Barberis. Wilkins went down, but Barberis played the ball. Salter. England really coming back now with an urgency and a determination which is the least they've got to produce. They've also got to try and split the Swiss defence rather the same way that Copa did on the goal, because clearly they are vulnerable back there if they're attacked in the right way. Sanson with the throw. Here's Watson. Every England player, bar Clements in the Swiss half. This is Mills. Foul by McDermott on Scheibele. Well, maybe significantly, the crowd disturbance disappeared almost completely when England scored. And Steve Coppell challenging the goalkeeper. Now it's a question of whether the referee penalises the keeper for too many steps or whether he penalises Coppell for dangerous play, or obstruction rather. And in fact the decision has gone against England. This is Keegan. Sansom. Keegan going in again. This is dangerous. And Coppell again penalised, this time for lifting his foot too high. I thought that was probably justified. "15 minutes gone in the second half here in Basel. Switzerland 2, England 1. If you have joined the match late, the Swiss scored twice in 2 minutes, halfway through the first half, and England have recently got one back through substitute Terry McDermott. But here's Sulzer, one of the Swiss goal scorers. He's got Elsener to his left, put him rather wide, the pass, but Elsener's quick enough to get it and cross it, and Robson came back to beat Barberis. Applause for the swift Swiss attack between Sulzer and Elsener. Robson striving hard to break up this Swiss attack. This is Verli. England, incidentally, were fined by UEFA after the crowd misbehaviour in Turin in the European Championship, and depending how serious that was, there could be a FIFA ruling after this game. But here's Osman for England. Robson. Wilkins. Coppell starting to run down the right. This is Mariner. And Wilkins comes forward into the attack. Robson on the chest is the referee of Elsener. And he's found Botteron, and this could be dangerous. They've got two people up front. And Botteron slides past Watson as though he wasn't there. And he's got Sulzer on the left. And this is Sulzer. But when England get attacked like that, Sulzer in your picture, but it was Botteron who made it possible with this run. Look how he went past Watson. Sulzer pulled away intelligently and got a run in on goal. Left foot shot, on this occasion too high. But one or two of the question marks against the back four, which were, I think, prevalent in the earlier part of Ron Greenwood's reign, whereas the attack has been blamed more recently, are being raised again. Keegan. And there's a... Those Swiss subs haven't taken their tracksuits off yet. Peter Barnes is waiting for England. Here's Koppel. Those Swiss subs haven't taken their tracksuits off yet. Peter Barnes is waiting for England. Here's Koppel. And Koppel persists, and he might get a ricochet here. It's Herman who's on the ball, though. Good defending by the Swiss. Botteron. Barberis has gone through the middle, offside. 11 minutes to go. And Peter Barnes will replace Dave Watson. That's just how desperate England are now. They'll take off a defender and sling on a forward. And it might not be an overstatement to say this is an attempt to keep our World Cup hopes alive. Defeat here could well sink England's chances. We're 2-1 down. There are 10 minutes to go. And if ever Peter Barnes was asked to produce his match-winning qualities, this is the moment. It'll have to be a match-saving quality to start with. Brian Robson, I would suspect, will go into the back four if we're going to play with four at the back. So Peter Barnes, the player who was left out when England readjusted their formation after the Wales match, is back on the left wing. On the ball, Robson, who may have to drop a little bit further back now. Koppel. Robson. Mills. That's going to run out. So a second substitution, Bobby Charlton.
Yes, well, Andre Egley has been, Heinz Moody has been marking Kevin Keegan so closely that it's really closed the middle of the field up, and I'm not surprised at the substitution. It is going to give us a wee bit of width. Our problem is going to be to supply him with any sort of ball. It seems to be the last throws for me. Hopefully something will come from it. Maybe now Kevin Keegan, for one of the very few chances, has got free. We'll set something up. Here's Peter Barnes now.
Yes, his first touch, number 16. Taking on the number 6, Roger Verley. That'll be a goal kick. Well, Barnes in his time has frightened some fairly experienced European defenders. One recalls one of Ron Greenwood's very early matches when he gave the Italians a bad time at Wembley, but as we all know, he can be a sporadic player. He's got 9 minutes in which to help England salvage something from what may be a disastrous match. 2-1 down. Sansom. Ball was out of play. And well played by Brian Robson to come from behind Elsener to win that. Wilkins for England. Keegan with Ludi again. Barnes. And he's got the other side of Verley. And when you're facing a sweeper as well, there are often two to beat. He couldn't beat the second man. But England have got all the play now. Robson. "34 years then since Switzerland beat England, and they're 8 minutes away from doing so again here." A substitution by the Swiss now. Ernie Mason is going to come on, who is an attacking midfield player, and Elsener almost in here. I think they're going to take off Elsener in a minute, the number 11. He looks very run out to me, and Mason is waiting to come on to take his place. This is Sansom. Having said that, Paul Wolfersberg, the manager, is still standing up, trying to attract the referee's attention as the supporters get behind Switzerland again. This could go down if nothing changes in the next 7 minutes. It's one of the most memorable nights for Swiss football, and one of the worst for English. On by Mariner, though. Up goes Keegan. Botteron's had to get it away anywhere now, although Clement's having to come out and find Sansom. Oh dear, that was straight at Verley. This is Barberis, and he's away. Oh, tricky. Botteron, that's good combination play, and well won by Ray Wilkins. Koppel now. Width being supplied here by Mariner, and his Ipswich colleague Mills taking over. Koppel's made a run further down the right wing, number 8. In the centre, Keegan being joined by Barnes. But the cross way, way wide, and the Swiss will now make their substitution. The referee is way away from the scene, but the linesman is now noting that Ernie Meissen from Basel, who's one of the only 2 players in the squad from this local club, will come on. And they're trying to attract the attention of Rudy Elstner to come off with 5 minutes to go. Now, Elstner doesn't seem very happy about the substitution, but it's been made, and Meissen gets a big cheer from his local fans. The Swiss lead 2-1, and there are under 5 minutes left. Barberis. Brian Robson, who's gone back alongside Osman. Mills. Koppel. Oh, he got checked there, did Steve Koppel. That's got to be a free kick. Now, can England save it? Watson is off the field now, so Osman and Robson to go forward from the back. Played in short for Kevin Keegan. Mariner's almost got it. He did. Good overhead kick. Barnes trying to retrieve. Defender did well. Free kick. Robson on Botteron. Just 4 minutes to go. The Swiss are warming up a second substitute now. Martin Weber, defender. But they've only got to survive a further 3 minutes. And Osman to Sansom. Keegan. Mariner. Broken up there by Ludi. Every Swiss move is being vociferously greeted now. This is Verley. And they're trying to cut off the back pass, the English. But he's found Barberis. And now Botteron. And Botteron looks for Scheibele, who's given England so many problems. Number 7. Barberis coming through. And Meissen tries to make it. 3 minutes left. Peter Barnes for England. 2-1 down. Barberis. Barnes. Swiss fans attempting to shout their team home. Robson to Sansom for England. Keegan tussling with Ludi. Ludi wants to let the ball run. It did. Goal kick. Well, on my watch, there's rather less than 2 minutes of normal time to go, and I don't think there has been many stoppages, although the Swiss want to make a second substitution now. They're going to put Martin Weber on, who's a defender. I think it's Herman who's coming off. So Weber's gone into the left-back position. And the Swiss still lead 2-1. Sansom for England. number 14, Meissen. That was a volley by Bailey. Oh, look at this, Sulta's chasing. And Osman and Mills together get the ball away and give England hope still, with about a minute to go. It will only be a saving job now. Mills to Osman. Osman in for Mariner. Away by Weber, but England have pressed forward into the Swiss half. This is Brian Robson with the left foot shot. Oh, good save by Bergener and the Swiss. Are they going to survive? Well, good effort by Robson. Barberis on the break, though. Well, wouldn't run, and England may have time still for one last attack. This is McDermott. Popple. Mills. The stadium almost erupting here with Swiss excitement. Handball, Sulta. Well, I make it now that we've played 45 minutes in the second half, and England will only save a point if they can score while the referee adds on time for stoppages. Mills takes the kick and Bergener is coming for it. Injury time. Switzerland 2, England 1. Back by Osman. Is there time for one more England attack? Away by Agley. And the referee has blown. And England have suffered a traumatic defeat here. One which could end their World Cup hopes. Beaten 2-1 by a Swiss side who, frankly, deep in their hearts, never thought they'd win. They scored twice in 2 minutes in the first half. Scheibele and Sulta did the damage. England got one back through Terry McDermott, a second-half substitute. But that was all. A late save when Bergener turned aside a shot from Robson. Barnes was put on for 15 minutes, all to no avail. And the match which England thought they would win, at least we hope they draw, they have in fact lost. And Group 4 in the World Cup looks a rather sad sight for England tonight. Inside the stadium, huge scenes of Swiss celebration. England, whose supporters, or a minority of them, let them down again in the first half, have been defeated here in Basel. The first time Switzerland have beaten England since 1947. That's the reason for those scenes of celebration. And now we have to go to Hungary in a desperate position. So, the final score here in Basel in Group 4 of the World Cup qualifying competition, Switzerland 2, England 1.
Well, now, hopefully, in the BBC commentary box in Basel is Ted Croker, Secretary of the English Football Association. Now, Ted, if you can hear me, I should think you're as concerned with what happened off the field as much as what happened on. What's your reaction to the crowd behaviour tonight?
Well, David, my reaction still is in relation to the match, I'm afraid. I'm obviously just bitterly disappointed that 2 quick goals have beaten us.
Yes, but I must pin you. We've seen scenes all over Europe today involving English supporters that rank with those in Turin. Now, your reaction after Turin was that you were deeply ashamed. Well, what's your reaction tonight?
Thoroughly ashamed. We've been amongst so many of our Swiss friends here, and well, I don't know whether you can call it a handful or whether it just, it looks a lot or whether it's just a few, but